Hello everyone, in case you missed it, this is what happened in round 12. Adelaide's premiership aspirations have taken another hit, with the 2017 grand finalists falling 3 points short against Fremantle in a thrilling contest at Optus Stadium. Tommy Sheridan lit up the home crowd with this beauty from an impossible angle in the first term, but Eddie Betts was unusually wayward with 2 goals 6, his worst ever display in front of goal. Tom Duday tried to lift the visitors with this effort on Michael Walters, but it was to no avail. 4 goals from second-year docker Brennan Cox in the absence of superstar Nat Fyfe, proving the difference.
In he runs, lights it off the boot, 2-goal margin. And there's some wow factor in this Dockers team all of a sudden.
Ross suitably impressed, but he wasn't happy with Walters after this incident with Jake Kelly in the dying stages. Cost his team a 50-metre penalty, plus the forward went into the book for this headbutt. Both matters set to come under match review scrutiny. What was he thinking? Across to Brisbane, and just when we thought the score review system was on the improve, another decision leaves us scratching our heads. With Essendon already in a commanding position over the Lions at the Gabba on Sunday, Jake Stringer's late attempt on goal was called a behind on the spot by the field umpire before going upstairs to be safe. No one could believe when it was overturned after clearly touching Dane Beams' hand.
There was no second guessing. You can see his hands are in the vision, go straight up, touch ball. So that's our opportunity to actually hook on. Overruled, wow. Where do we go?
That's not conclusive.
Luckily, it had no bearing on the game that wasn't one for the ages. The Lions kicked themselves out of it in the final term before Bombers defender turned forward Mitch Brown snapped truly, and Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody kicked the sealer.
Met well by Martin. McDonald, Tip and Woody. Wow.
Bombers skipper Dyson Heppel was ruled out of the game after half-time thanks to this big hit from Luke Hodge. No malice from the new Lion, while midfielder Devon Smith might have some concerns after this calf. Hot and cold time, and Gary Ablett gave a sharp reminder to his critics with a sparkling display in the Cats' 37-point win over North Melbourne. In his 200th game as a Cat, the Little Master was unstoppable. 34 touches, including 16 contested, were complemented by a season-high 8 tackles and this goal that put the hard-fought contest to bed.
Advantage is paid. Ablett might go all the way. One bounce. He's inside 50. He steadies. He shoots. And he goes.
There it is.
There is the king.
Ablett was assisted by Tom Hawkins playing as a high centre-half forward, while Mark Blitzarves kept Coleman medal leader Ben Brown goalless. A big talking point this week will be the abrasive fence that forced Jack Zeeble to spend 10 minutes off the ground. It left the Roo bloodied and Brad Scott hot under the collar.
Yeah, well, we'd get fined if we did something incompetent. The AFL won't fine themselves, I'm sure. They certainly won't give us any money back.
St Kilda couldn't have got any colder in the first term against Sydney at Etihad Stadium on Saturday night, conceding 9 goals to 1. And while it looked like it could have got real ugly for the Saints, a 71-point margin still has the blowtorch firmly on Alan Richardson and his young team. Inefficiency up forward plaguing them once again. Paddy McCartan and Jay Grisham missing absolute sodas. And while he didn't miss his charges with a blistering quarter-time spray, Richo was just as strong post-match when asked to sum up the club's 11th straight game without a win.
Just beaten comprehensively everywhere by an outstanding footy team. It was we just weren't in the fight, we weren't in the game. It was unacceptable. It was we just can't put up with that sort of performance early, as I said, when the game's up for grabs.
And who says you can't change an umpire's mind? Josh Kennedy proved just that at the toss.
Heads is a call. That's a tail. It's a tail. That's a head. Sorry.
In better news for the Saints, Jack Billings answered his demotion to the VFL by amassing a remarkable 53 touches and 3 goals. I wonder if that's enough to get him a recall. After Gold Coast's embarrassing capitulation to Greater Western Sydney, co-captain Tom Lynch's future remains firmly on the agenda. The 108-point drubbing will only fuel speculation. He's on the way out. This damning vision will have the free agent squirming after he turned his back to allow an easy Giants goal. Another factor that will concern the 25-year-old was the Suns failing to mark inside 50 for the entire game. But at the other end, Jeremy Cameron finished with 6 as it was raining goals for the Giants.
Talk up another goal to the Giants.
But what will be worrying Leon Cameron is more injuries. Rory Lobb sent to hospital with a rib complaint, but cleared. Daniel Lloyd hurting his knee. Has the Giants' improved form coincided with the return of Josh Kelly? A groin injury restricted the midfield jet to just 6 games this year, but in his 3rd game back, the brilliant playmaker has given us a reminder of just how good he is with 40 touches and a 2-goal performance. In return, we've given him our play of the round.
Right, make it.
Play on.
Shield from the corner. Oh, Kelly! Sublime!
That was amazing. It's goal of the day for sure. Josh Kelly back on the side.
A ripper of it there from Kelly. Richmond will be hoping Dustin Martin returns to Sunday's clash with Geelong after the reigning Brownlow medalist was a notable absentee in Friday's loss to Port Adelaide. But Damien Hardwick has another problem with his midfield setup. With the game on the line on Friday night, he had leading goalkeeper Josh Caddy opposed to Paddy Ryder as number 1 ruckman Toby Nankervis played forward. On the other hand, Ken Hickley appears to have found a solution to Chad Wingard's form woes. He threw the All-Australian into the guts and he was one of the Power's best with 31 disposals.
That player around the ball, and that's what we needed. And we know Chad was, lovely stuff this week. He didn't shy away from his form being a little off, but what a way to respond.
The Power threw everything at the reigning premiers. Even this fan was no exception, losing his mind and his bracelet. He got it back, though, courtesy of a kind security guard. To the ladder now, and West Coast still has top spot, enjoying a week off. And Sydney's win was a massive percentage booster, picking up 7%, what will be handy later on in the year. And down the bottom, the Crows have lost 3 in a row for the first time since 2014, while the Suns took a major hit. Their clash with the Saints next week, season-defining for both clubs. And we can't wait for this one, the most hotly contested Queen's birthday clash in recent memory. The Demons looking to make it 7 wins on the trot for the first time since 2000 against an informed Collingwood outfit. Full coverage on afl.com.au and the AFL Live app. And just before we go, the best highlight this weekend may have come from the VFL, and it was Tiger Shea Bolton who provided it. The live wire forward stood on a few heads to take this screamer on Sunday.
Flying kick to a pack. Oh! Skyscraper! The spectacular from Bolton.
And that's another episode of In Case You Missed It, done and dusted. Thanks for watching. Nat Edwards will be back next week. We'll see you soon.